Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ. I'm recording this video with my phone because it's quick. I want to get this out quick, so that's why it's set up weird. Um, anyway, you guys all saw the report. So Sony and Disney could not come to an agreement on how much money they should each get from Spider-Man. So the result of this is that Sony said, you know what? Then screw you guys. We're gonna take Spider-Man. We're gonna take Tom Holland. We're gonna take John Watts. We're gonna take all of that, and we're gonna take it back. You guys don't get Spider-Man for the MCU anymore. No Far From Home sequel. No more Spider-Man in your universe. That's the most mature decision that these two companies could come up with. So, I'm gonna get into the reasons why that was stupid. And before I do that, I want to get into what are they going to do from here? They can't acknowledge Spider-Man's existence. We're never going to get any knowledge about the whole Far From Home thing. I have a feeling they might end up coming to an agreement to have Spider-Man back, but anyway, for the time being, as we know of, we're not going to get any of that, so all of that's gone. Tom Holland was a great Spider-Man. Whether you loved what they did with the character or hated it, you can't deny he was great as Spider-Man. There's so much great stuff that Sony just took out because they couldn't agree on a price. Now, here's the thing. Originally, what happened is Marvel received 5% of the profits from the MCU Spider-Man movies, and Sony received 95%. That doesn't seem fair to me. Now, you can argue, well, Disney's big, they're making all kinds of stuff. Well, yeah, they are. But still, you have to think about the fact that they're really doing these Spider-Man movies. I mean, Sony and Disney are co-producing them. Sony and Marvel Studios are co-producing them, but Marvel is directly, they are owned by Disney. And so the two of them are producing them, and Disney is basically doing most of the work. They're in charge of the narrative. They have to get to fit into the MCU, which, by the way, has like $25 billion now that it's made over the last 11 years. Which begs the question, why on God's green earth would Sony then decide that since Marvel wants more money for work they're doing, that they're going to take Spider-Man out? So I think Marvel had talked about going 50-50 with it. Sony gets half, Disney gets half. Personally, is that the most fair? No, I mean, you could say Sony could get a bit more, 60-40, 70-30 at the least. 50-50 you can argue is a bit extreme, but still, it makes sense why they would want more when ultimately they are doing more work. Now, here's the thing. Disney did not buy them outright. Like with the X-Men Fantastic Four, Marvel has those properties. No one else can use them now. Disney gets to make X-Men Fantastic Four movies. No more Fox movies. With Sony, they didn't go that route. It's a joint deal, which means Marvel can make Spider-Man movies and Sony can make Spider-Man movies. That's why we get Into the Spider-Verse. That's why we got Venom. That's why we're getting Venom 2 and the Morbius movie and a Spider-Verse sequel and a Spider-Gwen spinoff. Sony's doing all that. And then on the Disney side, Spidey is in the MCU. So Disney's getting money from both. They're getting cash flow from their movies. They're getting cash flow from the MCU. And you have to think, they were getting 95% of the earnings from MCU Spider-Man. Plus they're putting out all their own movies. And so Disney is like, I don't think this is really fair. Considering we're both doing a lot of work, but ultimately Marvel, a Disney company, is making the movies. So they deserve to get more money. And it's because of that Sony's like, no, we're not going to do that. And that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. From a business standpoint, I can understand why Sony would want more money. But also from a business standpoint, I don't see why they would do something that ignorant, because they are getting cash from their company and a separate company's movies. So they're getting double the cash flow. So they get 100% of the earnings from their Spider-Man movies, and with the deal Marvel is trying to get, they get 50% from Marvel's movies. Is that really so much to ask for? Think how much money you'd be getting either way. Like, it's so stupid. I can't. I hate Sony so much right now. Now, you could, yeah, I mean, I agree, Disney might have gone a little too extreme. But it's still ridiculous that for their hard work, Sony is getting mad at them for wanting more money. Again, work that they had a very heavy-handed. If you put in Spider-Man Homecoming, put in Far From Home, it comes up, says Columbia, which is a Sony company, has Sony Pictures, and then Marvel Studios. That, Marvel Studios, is Disney. So Disney gets their name on the, like, front and center. It's right there when you see it. You get the Marvel logo, twice in fact. But before the movie, well, do they do that on, I don't think they do that on Spider-Man. No, I don't think so. But you do. So you get a Disney logo on a Sony movie, which means Disney helped produce it. Is it too much to ask to let them have a little more of the credit for a movie that they did some hard work on, that you are making bank off of because it is in the most successful franchise of all time? I don't think so. I think it's ridiculous. Anyway, to keep from repeating myself further, I'm going to end the video here. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you hate the... That's a dumb question. Why do you hate the fact that Spider-Man isn't in the MCU anymore? I'm sure they'll come to an agreement, or Disney will do what they do best. They'll just buy the studio outright. But it's so stupid. I hate it. Anyway, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe. Click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys. Hate Sony.